Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to 2017 College Radio Day. I'm Jovan Taylor, and on behalf of KLBC, KCTY, Long Beach City College, I would like to welcome everybody to this event. Now, my next and honorary guest, I'm so excited to bring everybody the owner of the world VIP Records, Mr. Kelvin Anderson. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. It's good to have you here, sir. So, Mr. Anderson, the depth of your legacy is something that's cemented already in just the individuals that you come across and that reference VIP Records in your name when we talk about not only the hip-hop community, but just music in Long Beach and Los Angeles all together. So I got to ask you, how are you feeling to have all of these people still here to represent you and still honor everything that you've done for the city?
It's totally wonderful, man. I am totally honored. This is probably the biggest thing that I've been a part of the 39 years I've been here in Long Beach. And I'm just excited to see what's all going to be going down today. And I'm happy to be a part of College Radio Day. That's something big.
Thank you, sir. The only other thing I must ask of you is, who is just a quick question, who's your presenter that you're looking forward to the most, if you have one? You got a list. I got a long list of people that I'm going to be bringing up.
Hey, you know what? Oh, man.
Or was it a surprise to you?
It's definitely a surprise. I have no idea who all coming up today. So, I'm just happy to be honored this way.
My name is Cammie Johnson, and I'm the co-host for the Luke and Cammie Show on KLBC, and I'm one of many organizers for today's event, College Radio Day 2017. And we have so many on board, of course, Don. But I want to say thank you for all of those that are involved, and Kelvin, to you, this is all for you and your family and generations to come. It's well deserved. You've done a lot of work for the community, man. So I want to introduce some of our hosts. And I believe they're here, right? Okay. So some of our hosts you're going to see in and out throughout the day. Can Heidi come on up? Danielle, Yaya, Jovan, and Long Beach Griffey.
You're watching The Breakfast Club.
And so, of course, now we have The Breakfast Club. But anyways, we're going to have a presentation right now from our Vice Mayor Rex Richardson. Can you please come on up?
All right, College Radio Day. Put your hands together, make some noise. So let me just say how impressed I am with everyone who played a part in pulling this event together. The hosts, Cammie, Shireen, everybody who was involved. Let's make sure we give them some acknowledgement, show them some love, make some noise for these folks for pulling this together another year. I gotta tell you, I went to Cal State Dominguez Hills, and we were involved in getting our on-campus radio station together. And I gotta tell you, it was one of the most transformational, impactful things that you can do on a campus. You give a voice to students. You allow them to get experience, to learn how to articulate themselves, and utilize a message and words to mobilize people. And I gotta tell you, those are really transformative experiences. You're gonna see these people have an impact and be leaders in people's lives for the rest of their lives. So keep up the good work to both the radio stations from both campuses here, and I want to continue to engage you all. Also want to acknowledge Vivian Malulu, my friend. I might have said the last name. I say Malulu, Malaulu. Hey, how you doing? But we want to acknowledge her, college board trustee. She's doing a great job. You're still in your first term, right? Doing a fantastic job. I know we'll hear her a little bit later. Couple things I want to do today. So one, I want to, and we'll get to Kelvin, but I want to start off by just giving a proclamation from myself and from Mayor Dr. Robert Garcia recognizing College Radio Day 2017. And so that's going to go to our hosts. So I'm going to read it first, and then we're going to line up, take some photos. So it's a proclamation presented to College Radio Day 2017. Whereas College Radio Day is a national event taking place on college campuses all across the United States. Whereas annually, KCTY and KLBC, Long Beach City College, honors giants in the music industry that have contributed to advancing the importance of college radio and its contributions to the Long Beach community. Whereas College Radio Day will feature guest speakers, community leaders, and live entertainers that are geared to unify the community around the music and the history of world-famous VIP records. Whereas this year, KCTY and KLBC are honoring Kelvin Anderson Sr., owner of world-famous VIP records, for his service to the community of Long Beach as a business owner for nearly 40 years. 40 years. And for his contributions to music worldwide. And now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Vice Mayor Rex Richardson, on behalf of the people of the city of Long Beach, do hereby proclaim October 6th, 2017 as College Radio Day in the city of Long Beach, and thank KCTY and KLBC for their continued service to the city. Let's give these folks a round of applause. Okay, so whereas Kelvin Anderson is the owner of the world-famous VIP Records and a beloved local business leader in the city of Long Beach for nearly 40 years, whereas Kelvin established artist development programs for youth in Long Beach after investing and opening a recording studio at VIP Records, whereas he created opportunities for local talented producers, rappers, actors, comedians, and DJs such as Snoop Dogg, Warren G, Nate Dogg, Ricky Harris, Battle Cat, The Dove Shack, The Twins, Sir Jinx, DJ Slice, and others. And whereas Kelvin is influenced as a positive community leader, and his footprint in the history of music around the world has made a permanent mark in Long Beach history. And therefore, be it resolved that I, Vice Mayor Rex Richardson, on behalf of the people of the city of Long Beach, do hereby recognize Kelvin Anderson's passion and commitment to music and thank him for his numerous contributions to the city of Long Beach. Again, let's put your hands together for Kelvin Anderson. Congratulations to you on this recognition.
We have an award for Kelvin that we thought was mighty special. It represents his nearly 40 years in business, and Warren made a point that he wanted to make sure that he got this plaque for him. Let's go ahead and let Warren speak. Go ahead, Warren.
Yeah, this is just something that me and Cam, we kind of put together to give respect for a man who's been in our community and for over 40 years, since I was a young boy, running back and forth over to the store, and let's unveil it.
So we want to read it. Presented to Kelvin Anderson Sr., owner of the world-famous VIP Records, we honor you for your service to the community of Long Beach as a business owner for nearly 40 years and for your contributions to music worldwide. Presented on this day, October 6, 2017, from KCTY, KLBC, and IE News, Long Beach City College. You got your platinum plaques now. At this time, we would like to call up Vivian Malaulu. Trustee Vivian Malaulu. I got it right? She's going to be doing a presentation on the behalf of Long Beach City College.
My name is Vivian Malaulu, and I would like to welcome you to Long Beach City College. I would especially like to welcome you to our Pacific Coast campus. I am the trustee that represents this part of the district, so it is my honor to host you and to welcome you. There are several people that we really need to acknowledge today before we get to our main event honoree. But could we please give a really, really, really big round of applause for the professors, the students, and the staff of the College Radio Day event. There are too many people to name, and I would be remiss if I missed someone, so I'd rather not list anyone in particular, but I know that there's so many students, our professors, and our staff members who have worked very hard. And there's one other applause that I'd like to ask you to please share with me. You've got hundreds of people behind the scenes right now, facilities, you've got your event staff, we've got security, we've got the campus administration. Can we please give them a round of applause? I would personally like to thank our administrators, our president, superintendent president, for allowing this event to take place and for being so generous with the resources and for really just blessing the heart of these radio students. I went to Cal State Northridge and I majored in journalism, and part of our curriculum was to do print, radio, and TV. And I got to work on the campus radio station and I fell in love with radio. So much so that I worked at several radio stations in my career. I did on-air talent, I did news, I did production. And let me tell you, it's one of the best experiences. So I'm so proud that Long Beach City College has a radio station here where students can learn skills, where they can get demo tapes, where they can meet people in the community who will help them get to the next level. So if you know somebody in radio, we've got students here who want to meet you and want to get to know you better. So hopefully you can inspire them and get them placed in the community doing what they love to do. Now with that, on behalf of Long Beach City College, College Radio Day is a national event. It's been happening for, I believe this is its seventh year, and it's so big that it's now become World Radio Day. You've got countries all over the world celebrating this event right now at colleges and universities. Long Beach City College is the only two-year institution that has ever won any awards because of College Radio Day. Our competitors are four-year universities on the East Coast. So for Long Beach City College to be a community college, hosting a Radio Day event, and winning awards for it shows how hard and passionate our students are. I get choked up just thinking about it. Now, each year, students choose who they want to honor, and I was completely surprised that they chose to honor Mr. Kelvin Anderson, whose VIP Records is a stone's throw away from this college. You can walk to VIP Records. Now, I have a funny story to share with you. I've known who Mr. Anderson was for years. I grew up in Carson. Nobody in Carson, Compton, Long Beach, Wilmington, San Pedro doesn't know who he is. I knew who he was. What I didn't know, I found out earlier this year. I was at an NAACP event, and I saw my good friends, the Anderson sisters, and I said hi to them, and we took pictures. And during the event, Mr. Anderson was honored by the NAACP Long Beach chapter, and at the end of the event, Tanisha, my good friend who I graduated high school with, B-House, gotta throw that batting in there, says, "Come take a picture with me and my dad." And I said, "Okay, who's your dad?" All these years that I've known the Andersons, I never knew that was his daughters and that was his dad. So when this event happened, I said, "Are you kidding me?" Yes, sign me up. I'm all for it. I'll do whatever I can to support you. So to the Anderson girls, to the Anderson family, thank you for sharing your father with our community. Thank you for allowing him to mentor so many of our youth and to give back, because I know what it's like to run a business and take time away from the family. And Mr. Anderson, I have a very humble certificate for you on behalf of the college. It's nothing as nice as what you've already received. It is on behalf of our superintendent president, and it says, "For your many contributions as an entrepreneur, community activist, and cultural icon." Thank you, sir, and God bless you. This doesn't compare to that one.
And we have one more award that we're going to present, and this is actually coming from Long Beach Griffey. Long Beach Griffey is one of our up-and-coming new comedians coming out of Long Beach, and you got to find him on YouTube. He's an incredible, funny comedian, and he's going to present something for Kelvin from the 6th District.
Hi, how is everybody doing? I'm extremely nervous. This is my first time in front of a live audience. I'm usually behind my camera. I am so happy that LBCC brought me out here and Cam for reaching out to have me present this award. I'm standing next to a legend. I don't even know what I'm doing here right now. This is crazy. This is it's an honor. It's a huge honor to be standing next to you. Like, I really appreciate it. Someone who paved the way for so many entertainers and so many artists. I'm so happy to be here. I want to give this award in honor. I'm sorry, guys, I'm a little nervous. Of Mr. Kelvin Anderson for the National College Radio Day. Yeah.
One more thing that I'd like to just put on your hearts, that this event today is being dedicated in memory of two of VIP Records. Are they considered clients? Is that what they are? Is that what you call the artists? Family? Oh, I like that better. All right, so part of the VIP Records, world-class, world-famous VIP Records family. We'd like to dedicate this event in memory of Nate Dogg and also Ricky Harris. And I believe Ricky's mom is here. Where is Ricky's mom? I heard that she's here. Is she still here? Did she step away? If anybody sees her or knows her, please let her know that I was hoping to bring her on stage. We will present her with a commemorative certificate also in memory of Ricky. My husband and I have worked with Ricky Harris several times on the docks, and he was very respected. We really miss his presence there, and he was just a joy to be around, a really stand-up guy. So if you do see Miss Harris, let her know that this event was dedicated in memory of her son. And the rest of you, welcome to our campus. Have a great time. Make sure you tell other people about the wonderful work that the radio stations on campus are doing. Thank you very much. And we are enrolling, so you can bring your kids and your neighbors, everybody, to come out and be a part of our radio program. Thank you.
So today is about everyone who's been affected or known Kelvin or who has been inspired by Kelvin. And so we have today Violet Brown. And Violet, you called me and you said you wanted to have something to say, and I believe that you have so much to give and say today. So if you could please come up here and say a few words. Thanks so much.
Greetings, Long Beach. Yeah. All right. And I know there's a lot of people out there that love Long Beach. You're not from Long Beach, but you're here today for Kelvin, and that means a lot to everyone. Like she said, my name's Violet Brown. I've known Kelvin for over 30 years. I was a club DJ and also the urban buyer for Warehouse Music. Although I was a business associate of Kelvin's, I was also a VIP customer, a fan, and a friend to Kelvin. Today, Friday, October 6th, we celebrate the rich history and the legacy of Kelvin Anderson Sr. and what he's contributed to the music industry. Although VIP Records, that was owned and operated by the Anderson family and was once the most popular place in the entire LA urban communities to buy their records, it was Kelvin's little corner store in Long Beach that really put VIP Records on the map. The corner of PCH and Martin Luther King became very important to Long Beach music and especially hip-hop fans worldwide. I could tell you many stories about the rich history of the entire Anderson family-owned VIP chain, but today we honor Kelvin. I also give a shout out of appreciation to Cletus Anderson and the other Andersons for the mark that they've all left on the music industry as a whole. In Long Beach, we know Kelvin as a superstar of music. He's the godfather of Long Beach rap and the urban music scene. While New York has their Russell Simmons and New Orleans has their Master P, Long Beach and Berry Gordy and his Motown, Long Beach has Kelvin Anderson. Yeah. Okay. Kelvin, he used to create music right out of the back of his store. And then he moved it to the front shelves and sold it. He had it before anybody else because it came right from there. He was he was an LBC tastemaker that could call Interscope and get a guy like Jimmy Iovine, the top dog, on the phone. And he could get any unsigned artist demo directly to Jimmy on the same damn day. Okay? Back in the day, things were done swiftly because there were so many people that we could call. If one record exec did not pick up their phone in time, we would just simply call another one. There were very few people that could get execs on the phone, and Kelvin was the man from Long Beach that had that power to get them to pick up their phone or walk out of a meeting just to speak to him. When they heard Kelvin was on the phone, they came running. Kelvin turned Long Beach into one of the key West Coast spots to find talent. He found them, or they found Kelvin, based on his name in the business. Once connected to Kelvin, a young artist pretty much knew it was on and popping. Kelvin, he recorded them, he promoted them, he did the marketing for them, he schooled them, mentored them, sold them, and even got them a major deal that led to fame, fortune, gold, platinum, superstardom, TV, films, their own labels, but most importantly, he helped lead them into the ears and hearts of hip-hop fans worldwide. VIP Records in Long Beach was the catalyst for some of the biggest hip-hop stars. The group 213, featuring Warren G, Snoop, and the late great Nate Dogg, first started to explode at VIP Records, and then came Solo Snoop. When Snoop Doggy Dogg, which was his name at the time, stepped on the roof of VIP Records to film the video for Who Am I, What's My Name, he never had to ask that question again or look back. When that video hit TV, the whole world knew Snoop's name, and they also knew VIP Records. After that day, Kelvin became much more than just the man of Long Beach. Kelvin and his store became historical. Kelvin became an icon, and VIP Records became a landmark, a cultural landmark in Long Beach, California. Hip-hop fans from all over the world flocked to Compton for NWA, and to the now world-famous VIP Records in Long Beach to buy records from the icon, Kelvin Anderson. Fans bought music. They bought his hats, hoodies, t-shirts faster than IHOP sold pancakes. VIP t-shirts were worn all over the world, and there's pictures now all over the world on social media of people with VIP gear. Buses used to show up at VIP Records. Kids from Japan would hop off the bus and load up on VIP gear. And they would just buy any new music that Kelvin would recommend to them. So he was pushing so many other people's and labels' music, it was ridiculous. All he had to say was, "This is hot," and there it went to Japan. Okay. Through the years, Kelvin has stayed true and in touch with the music, the fans, and the unsigned artists. As the music business changed and moved to more of an online business, Kelvin took that leap too, and now sells online as well as in his new location at 1030 PCH in the fabulous city of Long Beach, California. Kel has been through the ups and downs of the business. He has seen and heard it all. Kelvin and I were one of only 13 people that was invited personally by Prince to go to Paisley Park to hear his new album, the Emancipation album. That's right, Kel and I stood in front of Prince, and we had our own private concert with only 11 other people. So if you can imagine Purple Rain, and we're 13 people right there, that's the way it went down. Although Kelvin was in the same business as myself, we were never rivals or haters. Kelvin was my business associate. He was my road dog to many great shows, conventions, listening parties, trips out of town. But mostly, he was and will always be my friend for life. I love Kelvin, and I bow down to him today on his special day. We wish him the best, and in my mind and heart, every day is Kelvin Anderson Day. Thank you.
right. Today I have a very own American producer right here from Long Beach. He's known for working with Snoop Dogg, Tupac, Exhibit, The Game, and plenty more. Without any further hesitation, I have DJ Battlecat. How you doing today?
Hello, Heidi.
Thank you so much for joining us today. First and foremost, I want to start off by saying you look great today. I'm loving the denim on denim. You got a nice, great sense of style. So, like I said, you've worked with Exhibit, you've worked with The Game, you've worked with plenty of artists. How has that shaped you as a producer?
It's definitely have inspired me to stay current and fresh with technology, the community, different coasts, regions, nationalities, everything. Because my earlier bringing in becoming a DJ and a producer has been the toolage and the backdrop for me to be, present as I am today.
Okay. Yeah. And I know you're right here from Long Beach. Now, how's Long Beach influenced your music?
Well, to make it clear, the spirit and my relationship of Long Beach artists, has been behind me as fans as well as supported artists as well. So I'm originally from Los Angeles, so South Central, Crenshaw and Slauson. But my earlier upbringing in music, I had a chance to meet a unique fella named Domino, and my best friend David introduced me to this guy. And it was unique to have someone who's very educated about music from all aspects on the musician side, art, as far as writing, melodies, and arrangements. So to run into someone like that was important to me to be able to have an impact in all the peers and people I looked up to in music. So with Long Beach, I had the chance to meet other people in the community. My man Beefy's been good to me, and other family members, extended family members of the Dog Pound. So that's been a blessing to see the culture, how they live and survive, and how music plays a part in the soundtrack to their lives, so to keep them motivated and going. So this is just one of my second homes to express myself through music, and that's one of the reasons why I'm here with Kelvin today.
Awesome, thank you very much. And like I mentioned earlier, you said you worked with Snoop Dogg, The Game, and all that. Is there any current up and coming artists that you look forward to working with?
Well, I just received a unique invitation from Teddy Riley, so I'm gonna be working with him. Just a lot of young talent, my brother Mike Straw, unsigned artist. We've been very, very, very instrumental in, because he introduced me to Kendrick as well. So he's definitely a next artist that I'm working with. Janice Freeman, she's now on The Voice. You can catch her now. She's an incredible artist, R&B sensation out of Compton, California. We just finished up Snoop Dogg's gospel album, which is so incredible. So look out for that. Some inspiration and just pure talent and pure message. Nothing too churchy or preachy and none of that. Just good vibrations. And so his mother and grandmother, rest in peace. His grandmother, rest in peace, has been definitely instrumental in Snoopy doing such an impactful album. So it's just something unique to expect, from Battlecat, this new sound, new music, new education, and support to the new generation, as well as bridging the gap with the older generation that has been here in music.
Yes, and I want to say that I appreciate you so much for, all the work that you have done. And, so are you planning to bring a little old school sound back to these new youngins out here?
See, well, what I like to call it, I know a lot of people say old school, but it's really just foundation sound, school. I like to call it foundation school, because anyone that's new that comes out that's instrumental into becoming an artist, it's always good when you have some type of DNA and roots of history of music in your new up and coming debut singles or just you as an artist. It's very important that you have some foundation, because then people can identify that you really did your due diligence in studying the greats, as well as myself humbly saying, and it's just a must that you do that. So you're going to see a little bit of both always. I mean, when I was young coming up, I had the same mentality, how to appreciate and bridge the gap of older generation as well as the new generation, and it's necessary to do so. So I oblige and salute and support people who are very passionate about education and music and in studying the history on who the DJs are, who the musicians are, who the producers are, and artists who paved the way. And it's just so necessary. So I'm grateful to, like I said, be here today to celebrate this with Kelvin as well, because he's been the soundtrack and the backdrop as well for my music to be played and appreciated in Long Beach, California.
All right, beautiful. Okay, and so what can we look forward to seeing from you within the next couple of years, and where can we find all your work?
Well, you can find my work definitely on all the platforms that you see music. I'm definitely into television, so you guys are going to be seeing a lot of my music being played in the Biggie and Tupac new documentary, thanks to Harvey Mason Jr. And just a lot of good things, man. 1500 to Nothing. They are Grammy-nominated producers. I've been doing unique things with them, as well as Terrace Martin. And just giving back to the community. You're just going to see a whole lot of new good things that make sense and helping the unseen and unheard voices of music, or just period as a person, be heard and sing. And that's what it's about with music.
Okay, and last question. What do you think is your biggest contribution or your biggest accomplishment?
Oh, wow. Still, even today, it's just positive energy and definitely with solid history and passion. I can't stress that enough on how important that is, because we have a new generation that needs an uncle, or auntie, or father or mother support system to their dreams. So that's what Battle Cat is still doing to this day.
All right, thank you so much for joining us today on College Radio Day, Battle Cat, and stay tuned. We have plenty of more.
Hi, you guys. My name is Danielle, and I'd like to introduce a very famous producer by the name of Battle Cat. He is well known for producing artists such as Snoop Dogg, Tupac Shakur, The Game, Exhibit, and the East Siders, along with a number of other West Coast rappers. His aesthetic is a progression from the early 90s G-Funk sound pioneered by Above the Law and Dr. Dre, characterized by fat synth bass lines and soulful keys. He is also the concert DJ for Snoop Dogg. Battle Cat.
Good morning, good afternoon, Long Beach. I am so grateful for this day because it says a lot about life and people and what is deserving of them. This is not my day, this is Kelvin Anderson's day. This is the community day, this is Long Beach Day. I am so grateful to be a part of this community. I grew up on the west side of Los Angeles, Crenshaw district, but when you look at my discography, I had done so much work for this community and artists that it now says that I'm from Long Beach. Will I decide to change it? No. Because it's not often that you get such infectious love from different ethnic cultures and walks of life. I'm just so overwhelmed with the fact that Kelvin has been the backdrop and the soundscape for my sound. And so I can't say too much. I'm just saying all officers, everyone from different walks of life, I appreciate you guys, because you never know who loves who really is into you. The music has always been for all nationalities. I've been taught and raised that way. And Kelvin, you did a wonderful job implementing me through your passion and your voice in Long Beach, California VIP. I thank you very much. God bless.
Hello once again, everybody. So who I'd like to introduce next is a Long Beach photographer, Tromaine Asar Ellis. He has been a professional photographer for over a decade, known as the LBCC photographer. He is known for capturing all of the best moments from every big event in Long Beach. Asar is a strong figure in the LBC community. Please welcome Tromaine Ellis, the Long Beach photographer.
Thank you. Man, I'm not used to this, being up in front. But anyway, me growing up in Long Beach as a youth, all I can remember starting entertainment. Well, y'all call it entertainment now, but we called just having fun, singing, rapping, dancing. Because I'm an original dancer, so I'm used to, always, That's why I dress the way I do, because I am hip hop, you know. And Calvin Anderson is one of the reasons why we are hip hop, because as youth, we didn't have a lot of places to go to. We had Grand Central Station, downtown Long Beach, which was a club for teenagers. We could actually go and dance and do our hip hop thing. But we had a few people that actually was DJs and rappers and stuff. So as a kid, like 14 years old, 15 years old, I used to carry the crates and stuff for DJ Joe Cooley. Y'all probably know Radio Joe Cooley. I used to carry his crates for him as a kid. So I already knew that I wanted to be in that era, that field, So, my cousins happened to be the boys, the icon of boys. So I used to be on 23rd and Earl, all the time, when I was 15. So that was back in the 80s, early 80s, 88, 87, So we had entertainment through the hood, but like I said, that was the mecca where we used to go to. We didn't know he had over almost $1 million worth of equipment in his facility, and we kids, just going in there for free, smoking, drinking, as kids, but he had a place where we could go to, and hone in on our skills, and I, after high school, graduated in 1990 with Willie McGinnis, three-time champion from New England Patriots, and also Cameron Diaz. Duke Givens was right a couple of years above me. So, I had a little TV show called Troll on the Go, back in the 90s, early 90s, 91. And me and Duke was the only ones that was keeping Long Beach in the visuals of other people. I kept it, underground, bicycling my shows to out to LA and San Pedro and the white neighborhoods, and the Duke Givens was the one who was hanging with Snoop, taking the good pictures, He ended up doing Murder Was the Case, what I'm saying? And I always was following in my older bros' footsteps, which was Snoop, Nate, Warren and them, because he was rolling with them, because he's a couple of years. I was always the younger brother of everybody, so I was always with them, bugging them, while they was doing their thing. And so I ended up coming to Long Beach City College, taking the class with Ray Burton. Everybody know he's not there anymore, but that was radio TV. They had RTV, radio side, they did their thing, and TV side, I did my thing, and film and photography are one and the same. So you have to take photography if you want to be a director. So I took film. I wanted to do film and TV because a friend of mine, pulled me to the side and said, hey, you got this look, because I had a long Jerry curl, but I cut it, see? And when I cut it, I started growing dreadlocks. And my dreadlocks was long. See, I had dreadlocks in the early 90s before everybody had them. Nobody really liked dreadlocks then. They looked at me like, in 91, 92. So when we used to go to Kelvin, he always was like, come to me for what you want to do. So I started doing film. So we filmed a movie at his parking lot. He allowed us to come to this parking lot and film a movie and all that stuff. So I'm letting you know right now, Calvin Anderson allows you to do whatever you need him to do. If you have some type of skill, he'll let you do it. We're trying to get a museum. If you don't know, we're trying to get a museum going. In that museum, we want to teach kids how to do photography, film, production, because he wants to leave something behind with his name. You know what I'm saying? And I'm always here around. Whenever he need me, I'm there. That's basically all I want to say, and that's me. Thank you. I love you, Calvin.
Can we give another round of applause for the Long Beach photographer, please? Thank you. I want to bring out one more. photographer, community leader, mentor. Duke Givens started taking photos at Long Beach Poly in the 80s. As a childhood friend of Snoop Dogg, through their lifelong friendship, he became the cameraman for the 213, which is Snoop, Warren G, and late great Nate Dogg, if y'all didn't know. Through his photography, he has become an inspiration for a new generation of photographers in the community. So if you can, let's give a warm welcome to Duke Givens.
Like Kelvin would always share with me, as a young man, all praise is first to God. And when we can identify that and recognize that, we know that where our help and our peace comes from. So with that said, 1984, take you guys back. Do you guys know that music is the only thing that can come inside of you without your permission? Think about that. And with that said, I'll take you back to being in my dad's living room, and I heard a song said, homeboys through the summer, winter, spring, and fall, and then there's some you wish you never knew at all. But this list goes on again and again. But these are the people that we call. Now, how did y'all know that? Because music came inside of you without your permission, and it wrote on your mind and in your heart. So now I'll fast forward you, and brother, can you bring that back here real fast? During that same time, the crack epidemic came and hit us real tough in our city. And I watched the guys that I grew up with in Long Beach, California, and I played Pop Warner over at Poly with all the greats. And you started seeing young men change from innocent, nice, little, gentle young men to violent individuals because of that time that would happen during that time. So then we started embracing a real bad gang epidemic. So I would graduate, like the LBC photographer said, in 1989 with Snoop and Warren, they all would come to my house, but I would leave this gang war and join the Air Force and go into Desert Storm, and ultimately left the gang war to go to war, to ultimately come back to that same gang war. But at that time, I was like, what am I going to do? What can I do to have a voice through the creativity that's within inside of me? So by getting a chance to go in 1984, I'll backtrack and then I'll bring you back forward to this gentleman, Kelvin Anderson. He would always speak kind words to us, but those kind words possess wisdom. And that wisdom was always written on the tablets of my heart and my mind. So leaving the gang war, going to war, coming back to that same war, I would ultimately enroll at Long Beach City College, which is a great school. And this is where I would cut my teeth to become a photographer. So I would, can you open this back? I would create a project. I'm gonna show this to you all. This is the Stop the Gang Violence calendar that was made in 1995, addressing the issue of stopping gang violence. And I made this calendar on the south side of this building right here in the photography department. What this project first had to have is a latitude and longitude. Anywhere you go and with coordinates, you have to have a place that you can know, that you can identify with. And as you guys see on the front cover of this calendar, it's the VIP first and foremost. So I had to give it a locale that people can identify and know what this project was about. So music was very, very, at this time, so popular that I had to pay homage and respect to my big brother, Kelvin. So with that said, Kelvin, you have been an amazing mentor. You have been a powerful friend. And wherever your heart is, your wallet will follow. I'm gonna repeat that. Wherever your heart is, your wallet will follow. So sometimes when you guys have a little bit of extra change, pop into Kelvin Anderson's shop and spend some of those little dollars. All right, God bless you, and Kelvin, I love you.
My name is Yaya. I'm one of the hosts for College Radio Day. I'm with KCTY and KLBC at the other campus. This is my first time here. It's a lovely campus. But if Kelvin's family would like to step on stage and say a few words prior to his long-awaited words, can we give them a round of applause? Thank you.
Oh, you guys speak back. Hello, everyone. All the way over there. Hello, over there. Oh, y'all see me talking to you. Hi, wave at least. Thank you, babe. Like she said, my name is Tanisha Anderson. I am the daughter of Kelvin Anderson. And I want to thank you guys first for coming out on this beautiful, warm day to honor him and his contributions to this community. I first and foremost want to go ahead and speak to Cammie, who I don't see right now, over there. I want to thank you for your hard work for this event along with the team. I'm sorry I don't know everybody's name, but I want to thank you guys for taking this time out again to honor him. And I want to thank everyone that came out to speak and to do presentations, and for the campus of Long Beach City College. Thank you. Thank you for the honor. Thank you for the recognition. I wanted to speak on behalf of my family, the Anderson family. As Ms. Violet Brown spoke, this is a legacy, a family legacy. I don't know anything other than the music business in the sense. Everything within my life has been attributed to the music business. And I'll tell you, my background was actually in nursing. I left high school and went to nursing school to start nursing as a vocational nurse. And my approach to even nursing came right from the roots of the record shop. My parents, both store owners, they had a way of themselves to express to my sister and my brother that you're supposed to treat people how you want to be treated. You're supposed to respect all walks of life. You're supposed to, no matter if they're the president of the company or the man walking on the street, you give them the same respect. And I say this because I've learned that from my father. I've learned that he can sit in front of Prince and hold his ground with conversation and respect, and can literally talk to the people that are walking the street of Long Beach with passion and give them that exact same respect. That's the type of person that my father is. With all the names of the musicians and the rap artists and the singers and the comedians and the actors that he has helped along the way. The one thing I can tell you about my father is that he has a passion for your passion. And what I mean by that is, if you have something that you just truly, truly desire to do or to be, he asks you, well, how are you going to do it? Which way do you want to do it? And how can I encourage you to do it? And that has been an amazing thing to grow up and see and be around. I have my two sisters and my brother, and we have had a special upbringing. And I will share that with you. I'm going to say a special upbringing because my father is Long Beach father. If you hear me, right, my dad is Long Beach dad. I've literally had strangers come up to me and tell me, oh, that's my uncle or that's my dad. And I'm like, that's your dad, right? Yeah. And it's a special thing to hear. And I'm like, I have no idea who you are. I know that I carry the bloodline, but let me make sure that I know all my facts first, right? So I have had to share, we have had to share our father with not just one person or two people or just even a group of people, but with a city, a city that he loves. And this is what I want to say to you, Long Beach, everybody of Long Beach, who considers themselves a Long Beach loyalist? Who considers himself a Long Beach loyalist? Raise your hands. I can't even hear you, Long Beach. Let me tell you about my father. Wherever he goes in the world, he carries Long Beach with him. He represents Long Beach wherever he goes. And that's something to be said. Going back to just how we have had to share him with the city. My father is a very humble person, and we have had times within our lives where we have had to share our personal things. My sister's gonna wave her hand on that. She go, amen, y'all. That's the amen corner. Our personal things with the people of Long Beach. And we didn't cry or boast about not having because he chose to give. It was a learning lesson for us. And now that I'm an adult, I hope that my children will learn the same type of things that my parents have taught us to give. Be a giver, even when you don't receive. Be thoughtful, even when people don't think of you. Be respectful, even when people are being disrespectful. You have to treat people how you want to be treated. And I have to say to my dad that I love you. I'm so grateful that there's not very many people that get to hear all these great accolades about themselves. And I'm glad that you have had the opportunity. If this is considered a blessing, I thank God for just all opportunities that have been given to him. And I thank you, the city of Long Beach, for all that you have done in support of him and the fact that he continues to support you. Please, please, please continue to love each other, and I am positive he will continue to love you. Without further ado, I'm going to bring up to you the man, the legend, the legacy, the one that I love, that Long Beach Mississippian, right? That's what we got to consider him. I'm sure most of you that he has touched, you've heard his Mississippi stories and how he got here. And he's a proud man. He's an amazing supporter, again, of Long Beach. And just again, on behalf of my family, the Anderson family, I would like to say, by the way, Andersons, raise your hand. Thank you. I would like to say we love you, and we are so proud that you have continued to be the last man standing within the VIP chain for the Anderson family. Without further ado, Mr. Kelvin Anderson, Sr.
This is indeed an honor and a blessing for me. As many of you know, I've been a part of this city and this community for almost 40 years now, and I've seen a lot of things here in Long Beach. And it's a city, you know, being born and raised in Mississippi, and my first music career started in Los Angeles in South Central, where VIP first originally started. So I actually worked for my oldest brother, Cletus Anderson, for 7 years. He gave me my degree in the music business. You know, I'm that guy that started with the mop bucket, but before it was all over and said and done, I was general manager of 12 locations. So in June of '78, he opened the store in Long Beach. He opened it. I was still working for him. And 6 months later, January of '79, I purchased the store from him, so I've actually owned it since '79. And a lot of the things, you know, I was fortunate to come from a very special family who taught love, who taught giving, who taught respect. I mean, every day. And so that's not something that I find hard to do. And, be that person that, will help and support anyone that I see in need. And a lot of the things that I did over the years was just a reflection of my brother Cletus. My brother Cletus recorded the first ever Ice-T record. He worked with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. He did a lot of stuff. So when I got my own store, I had those desires too. And after my main goal was be the place in Long Beach for people to come and buy music. I took my job serious. And, like my daughter said, they had to share me with a whole community from the time they was infants to today, really. So I know sometimes when they there and somebody walk in and call me dad, they like, what? So, that was something, but I, let them know that you might well get used to that and stuff. So, but, I was blessed, and as my brother Duke was saying, this community, is we still have issues in this community, but in the late 80s, early 90s, it was pretty tough out there. And I remember in the early, in the around 90s, I remember gang violence was at its all-time high in Long Beach. And I remember everybody that's familiar with this neighborhood know that it was a funeral home right behind where the fish market is. So in the early 90s, I remember a 6-week period where I would come to work on a Monday morning, and it'd be someone back there in that mortuary between the ages of 14 and 25. And I mean, every Monday. So I mean, it's like, man, we got to do something. So I had took note to what had happened in Compton with Eazy-E and NWA and those guys, and then I was a big part of marketing and pushing and promoting Too Short and E40 in the Bay Area. And so I said, man, you know, thinking about what I had already seen my brother Cletus do, I said, wow, this is something that I would like to do in Long Beach. So I was fortunate enough to meet a young man named Sir Jinx. And at the time, I didn't know he was related to Dr. Dre because I had been knowing Dr. Dre for around 10 years, all during my LA days. He was one of our mixtape DJs. So I already knew Dre. So this young man came and he said, I heard you want to open a studio. He said, I can help you with that. So he took me to Dr. Dre's house and he showed me this machine and asked me, did I know what it was? And I said, no. He said, well, it's a SP 1200 drum machine. He said, this is virtually a studio. You can put the vocals in it. You can put all of the music in it, you know. So he said, if you get one of these, I can help you. And we left Dr. Dre's house over in Inglewood and went on Hawthorne to the Guitar Center. And I spent $2,500 and bought a brand new drum machine and handed it to him. And, you know, and as I look back, I did not know Sir Jinx. I did that based on the fact that I knew Dr. Dre. And so 3 months later, he came back to me and said, okay, I'm ready. And that's when we set up the makeshift studio in the back of VIP, which turned out to be a drum machine, 2 turntables, and a cassette deck. We got a chance to improve over the years, but that was what the 213 demo was done on. But, you know, this, and I do feel that, you know, even before then, but especially then, I made an impact in a lot of people's lives and stuff, because at that time, VIP used to be open from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. on a daily basis. And I would open up and go in the back and turn the equipment on, and it'd just be a sturdy floor of kids in and out, you know. And I've had over the years, people walk up to me and say, did you know I was one of those kids in the back? And I'm like, wow, no, I did not know that. And, you know, it wasn't just the rappers that everybody know and love. You know, Ricky Harris, man, he was like a son to me. We were like very, very close. We had a different kind of relationship. He was funny. I used to write it for his early jokes for him, man. he was funny, but we, you know, he was so serious and had so much love and passion about this community too. And we would always have these serious conversations about the neighborhood. And, you know, he was one of those kids in the back of my store that couldn't rap, couldn't sing, couldn't dance, but he could make everybody laugh. So, you know, you'll get a chance to hear on my documentary where he say that, you know, that's the first place he ever picked up a microphone. And that's where he got his courage in the back of VIP. But, you know, it's been a great run. You know, it's definitely been a real passion in, you know, the things that I've done over the years. And I'm not done yet, you know. It's some more things that we'll be doing here in Long Beach. And really, I'm gonna see if I can coach my business partner to get up here and just touch bases on where VIP is headed in the future. And if you would come up, Shireen, I love you to death. Hard worker. And I want her to just explain a few of the things that VIP has coming in the future. Shireen.
Thank you, everybody, for your support. Seriously, Kelvin deserves to be honored every day. And my story with Kelvin goes back 22 years ago. I was working on Little Half Dad's album with Priority Records. We had a limited budget. They actually wanted to take Half Dad off the label. And I was working with a production company called Total Track Productions. And we needed to get the record out, but a lot of the major stores, aside from Violet, rarely supported some of the acts. And actually, I probably met Kelvin on an independent project prior to, but he allowed us as young executives to come in, bring our product, and gave us the opportunity to get our artists launched when the major labels would not. He actually created a coalition that many people don't know about, a Black Retailers Coalition, that has an amazing history because the independent retailers were not able to purchase product at the same price as, let's say, Violet did, because she bought volume, she bought a lot of product. And so he became an advocate for independent Black retail stores, which is really important to understand because they were the stores that gave independent acts a chance. Had it not been for the 12 VIPs and Fortune Records and many of the stores, they would not have gotten the opportunity. So where we're at today is we have been negotiating for months to, the original VIP location has been leased out to 7-Eleven store. And for months we've been negotiating with 7-Eleven to either build out to reflect VIP's history, and we would coexist beside them so that we can bring and pay homage to the African American community, Black music history, VIP history, and hopefully develop the 6th District out so that we can begin our own revitalization project right here in Central Long Beach, where we can see businesses thrive again, restaurants open, people from this college walking down the street to be a part of the VIP entertainment and life. Unfortunately, we faced a roadblock with the 7-Eleven negotiation, and we may have to next week go back out for public support and to get 7-Eleven to cooperate. We're not sure yet because they signed a lease, 30-year lease prior to. However, we have built an amazing project recently and just submitted it to the city to build a VIP World food market and business incubator for food and technology entrepreneurs right here in Central Long Beach. The incubator would allow entrepreneurs to get the chance to start and run their businesses, sell their products right at the market. Technology entrepreneurs would get the chance to start and run their businesses with financial support, marketing support, operational support. And we would integrate the VIP theme into the market along with music, radio production. A radio station will be running live 24 hours a day from the location. And so right now, our projects, as we move forth, we're negotiating our documentary, licensing agreements for VIP, a book for Kelvin. And so you're gonna see the brand rebuilt. Where we really need your support though, because we're not all the way home with securing the original location, is that when we come out for public support next week, we really need you to share and like and sign and make phone calls, because he really could have walked away a long time ago. And what's held him here and it made him use his savings and fight to stay has been the community. And we owe him, in all honesty, guys, we owe him that. To celebrate him, we have to support him in what he wants to secure for all of our future. This is about economic opportunity, economic development. This is where we're at now. So a 40-year brand can make a big difference in this community, and we really need your voices and your support. So We're just starting, and honestly, girls, thank you for sharing your dad, because I know I had a piece of him for 20 some years. You guys really are angels. You really are, truly. You know, and thank you for allowing me to be a part of the family. You know, it's never comfortable when we fight for the right thing and not everyone wants us to have it. It gets challenging at times, but we have to ensure that we don't fight from within, that we support each other right now as a community, because we're very close to either having 6th District gentrified by 7-Eleven, or we can control the way things move and ensure, like there's Cambodia Town and others, there's African American VIP town here in Long Beach that we can help to preserve the history. So if I'm here, if you have any ideas, any collaborations, anything, we'd love to work with you guys. So thank you so much for everything.
I forgot to thank everybody. Man, when Cammie came and told me that she would like to do this and have me be a part of you guys' special day, man, I'm like, I was so honored. And even though she's been a part of this community for a long time, I just been knowing her real good for about 1.5 years. And she is a special young lady. She's a go-getter, she's hardworking, and she's determined. And I love and respect you for that. And I really thank you and the entire team. I'm not good with names, I don't want to mess it up. But the entire team, the school, the campus, the administrators that, you know, allowed this to even happen and take place here. Is amazing. Like I said, I've been here almost 40 years, and I haven't had too many situations where I've been honored for my work here in this community. But this is very, very special to me. And I want to especially thank my friend Violet Brown. Man, this is, I love this lady, and I have learned when I said I didn't want to say this, I was going to wait till her day comes so I could say it, but I'm going to say it. We used to come to retail meetings, independent retail meetings. Independent meaning you only had one store. And I would walk in the meeting and Violet would be there. So I'm like, my labor rep, I'm like, what's she doing here? That's a chain store. So I'm like, you know, he said, well, that's Violet. She runs, you know, she's the urban buyer. I'm like, well, Muesli ain't got urban buyers. Like, man, it took one meeting for me to learn who she is and was. I learned so much from her to the point that they would call me about a meeting. I'm saying, Violet coming? He said, yeah. I said, okay, I'll try to make it. But I love you. I have a lot of respect for you, and really I have learned a lot from you. And when it's her day, I'm gonna really tell the story, because a lot of people don't know that she really did way more to launch NWA and all of those guys than I did. I mean, she brought MC Hammer to the city and stuff. So, I mean, she's been instrumental. And like I said, I learned so much from her about my music. So I love you, and we're friends for life. So, oh yeah, thank you, daughters. That's what y'all are here for. This plaque is, man, I got 2 plaques now that's very, very, very special to me. I have many, but I have 2. I have one that came from Warner Brothers Records on my 30th year anniversary, and it had an album cover for each year, each of the 30 years that I took part in marketing and promoting. And I know that I'm the only somebody that got one of those. Well, I got something else that I'm the only someone that got. But this is very special to me. I really appreciate that. I'm going to find a special place for it. And the certificate and the accommodation that I got from Rex Richardson, our vice mayor, and the other presenters. I can't remember their names right now, but I love you. And I'm just here to take it all in, and I hope we have an enjoyable day. And I thank God for you guys, and let's have some fun.
All right, up next we have James B. Tip Brown. He's an artist, a producer, a filmmaker. Some might even say he's a motivational speaker through beats and rhymes. He has 2 solo albums available for purchase. Love Driven Passion by B-Tip, and then we have Success by B-Tip. He also has a recent documentary with video footage and photos called Defiant Ones with Dr. Dre, Jimmy Iovine, and Warren G-Funk. So please welcome James B-Tip Brown.
Y'all, how y'all feeling today? Y'all, I just wanted to come out here and let Kelvin know, let him know I appreciate him, love him, respect him, and his entrepreneurship is a thumbs up. You know what I'm saying? He been here for years, like just doing it, man. So, you know, that's what I'm here for, man, to show my respect to this man. Yo, DJ P, you ready? We're gonna let him know. This is Let Him Know from the Love Drive Passion album. Yeah, that's what's up, DJ P. Here we go, y'all. What's up, dude? Dude Givens in the house. Check it out. Now here we go. I let them know I ain't playing no games. Been in and sincere, expressing fun and pain. I get the green that phone. The gold. I ain't the type of fella, you know the one that told your homie yesterday like business he fold. Stay fresh and new, for new out with the old. On my way, continue to go get that pay. Living every single day just like it's my day. I'm on the highway, the flyway, it's all the way live. Rush hour, steady macking on the 405. An element of surprise, have them saying wow. Some mad now, cause I got to know how. Bling bling, ching ching when my digital phone rings. Serving dope rhymes to the hip hop fiends. Especially beauty queens that barely fit in them jeans, handling my business, you should know what I mean. I let them know. On the mic, I spit flows. A go get another, yeah, come on. A go getter, that's on the go. I let them know. I let them know. On the mic, I spit flows. Enough to hit, that's for sure. A go getter, that's on the go. I let them know. I know you already knew, still let you know. That's the title of the hit, listen closely to the flow. Educate the mind, guarantee you learn something new. Assuming and guessing when you haven't got a clue. Whatever I do, there's a reason behind it. Open their ears and eyes so you won't be blind to the facts I spit truth. Delivered in my raps, ladies share they cats, homies to they hats. I'm oh so funky like Parliament and Zach. Turn it up to the max, cause you know that's the half. In the front, I appear and controls how I steer. Career, you can say, is in 5th gear. Takes money to make money, then I'll let it work for me. Go get the millions even without a college degree. Street smart, give back, yeah, I'm doing my part. I respect this art, and I'm sharp like a dart. I let them know, let them know. On the mic, I spit flows. Enough to hit, and that's for sure. A go getter, that's on the go. I let them know what? I let them know, Kelvin. On the mic, we spit flows. Enough to hit, and that's for sure. Go get it, that's on the go. I let them know. My words final like they call. Think big, no plans to fall. Knock down doors and walls, no matter how tall. Hot ass skirts rolling down the shawl. Cars legit, no time for the law. Get feedback, invited to residence hall. The girls all pause, they know that I ball. Having fun, still focused. Oh yeah, it's been on. Mentally hustling from dusk till dawn. In a game full of sharks, I'ma be jaws. Maybe that way from dealing with a couple of frauds. Touch the stage, feels good. Thanks for the applause. My goodness, you should see the lean. This brother's rather clean. If I had an afro last name machine, have major self-esteem, accomplishing dreams. Make hits from movements on my wrist. It's the game to uplift, I'm persistent. Pray my success into existence. Mike, I spit flows. Enough to hit, not for show. A go get it, that's on the go. That's Kelvin. I let them know. I let them know, Kelvin. On the mic, I spit flows. Yo, a go get it. Show, a go, that's on the flow. I let them know, 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 let them know. Yeah, whatever you do in life, stand tall, stand strong, be an entrepreneur like Kelvin, and let them know. Get your paper, man. Yeah. One love, Kelvin VIP.
Hey guys, how you doing today? Keep it real with y'all. One of them other kids Calvin was standing up here talking about, that was me. One of them kids that I was climbing to get to Pop to. And to this day, I call him Pops, because he's the Pops of Long Beach hip hop. And one thing about this man that y'all must understand is that his family gave away family love to keep Long Beach music alive. When he was supposed to be hugging his kids, he was hugging somebody else's kids. But he never forgot to hug his. So what I'm asking Long Beach to do on this man's behalf is to go outside and hug somebody else's kid and encourage them and let them know where they can go. Because the thing about this one thing, this Long Beach community that I know so well, I banged in it, I grew up in it, I danced in it, I rapped in it. But Calvin door was always open to this hip hop. And a lot of you parents and a lot of you kids that were kids and were parents, still are parents, know for a fact that that open door policy is a cold one. And Calvin's store is still open. But what I'm asking y'all to do is to give respect and pay respect to something that has given so much respect out. Go in there and buy that t-shirt. Because I see too many of y'all out here and don't have one on. They know where the place is, it's up the street. That's my thing. You know, I'm not really subtle and I don't really have, you know, I don't know how to tell you but what it is to be real. But what I'm gonna ask y'all is to be real with what you do. If you want something to stay alive, support it. No matter what Violet Brown was doing, she always had time to come check in and say hi. So if you don't have money to spend, come in and say hi, because that sits in the cash register too. You understand? It's like us as a people, we got to get out of this thing, this sideways thing of what color we are. You know what color you are? The color we all made in the image of God. So let's go with that first. You understand? And I want to tell everybody out here, no matter what hood you're from, what area you from, we love you, and VIP has always loved you. And we always thank you for the support. You understand? Because everybody's not going to get a thank you or a pat on the back, but I'm going to take this 10 seconds for everybody holding the camera, everybody with a city worker t-shirt on at Long Beach City College, even the police. I want to tell you thank you. Now listen, and you need to get out the shade and get the little money we give you. But what I'm telling you is this. We all have to get back to the community that we were. We no longer support each other. That's why we're losing so many children. So we need you to go outside and ask the children what they're doing. It don't matter what race they are. Just be an adult and ask them what they're doing, and they'll stop doing that. It takes a village to raise one child. And a quarter of villages out here. So at this time, I would like to say much love and respect to my pops of hip hop and everybody involved. I'm talking about the people that think they didn't do much, that just put up a flyer. Every one of you, thank you.
Give it up one more time for Mr. Anderson, y'all. So without further ado, I give you a young up-and-coming artist named Young Hype. I guess he's with VIP Records, and he's a part of the new class up on deck for the future of VIP, right? He prides himself to be the first Latino artist to feature VIP on the roof in his music video. Young Hype also just released his album, and you can currently buy it in the store at VIP Records. It's called The Rebirth, right? Young Hype, is that right? Featuring some Long Beach artists like Barack from the Bo-Rock from the Dove Shack, that's right. Quick to Mac, and please give it up one more time, y'all, for Young Hype.
Yo, hold on, DJ. Oh. Yeah. First of all, I want to say, Long Beach, how y'all doing? Everybody feeling good? I must say it's an honor and privilege to be up on this stage today, honoring the great Mr. Kelvin Anderson, who not only took me under his wings, but also opened a lot of doors for me along my music career. And for that, I want to say thank you. I appreciate all the love, and y'all make some noise for Mr. Kelvin, y'all.
without a further ado, we can't have a Long Beach party without that the great Snoop Dogg, right? So I want y'all to stand up, and if y'all know the lyrics to the song, go ahead and rock it. Go ahead, DJ. Come on, y'all. Y'all remember this? Come on. What? Come on, put your hands up, y'all. Come on, y'all. What? Act like I don't know this song. Y'all just rather that song. What? Everybody. Snoop Dogg.
From the depths of the sea,
back to the
black Snoop Doggy Dogg funky at
the dock went solo.
But it's still the same. Long Beach is the spot.
VIP in the house today.
Follow me, but don't lose your grip. 9 tris ain't the years there for me.
Come on, y'all.
So I ain't holding nothing back. It's I got 5 on the 20 sack. It's like that, and as a matter of fact, cause I never hesitate to put out in the honest thing.
Yeah, so keep out the manuscript. You see that it's a must we drop.
Yeah, come on, y'all. We in the West Coast. Here we go. Yeah. This is my new album, Rebirth. Featuring my boy Quinton Mac and Boy Rock. Come on, y'all. You know, it's the West Coast. You know, it's the West Coast. I know, it's the West Coast. Yeah. It ain't nothing changed ever since Pac left. West Coast been proven, just like after death. Nevertheless, bomb kush, no stress. City by the sea, go hard for the West. Still banging, Flowers VIP status. West Coast music playing around the Ellis. What you know about them Lolos and beautiful beaches? Hollywood Boulevard and your hood life riches. Crips and Bloods to my Asian people. My pride ready to die for that killer ego. What will be LA without Mexicans? Black love, brown pride, and the story begins. Shoes on the phone wires for the dope spots. Hustle state of mind, we get what we got. Throw your dubs in the air, let it fly high. West Coast, left coast to the day I die. Come on. You know, this the West Coast. I know, you know, West Coast. You know. Y'all make some noise right quick. VIP records in the house. Yes, sir. What's our next track? We're going to pay homage to the late Nate Dogg with this one. And I'm going to tell y'all, when I took this song overseas, man. And you'd be surprised the ovation, not only the Nate Dogg get, but the VIP records get. Nobody does it better.
They can come closer than close.
They can come close.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you that right now.
Original, they never will be.
Long Beach originals they will never imitate that.
We bumping from coast to coast.
What?
Yeah.
Long Beach, make some noise for Nate
We
Dogg.
just trying to make you see.
Come on, y'all. Rest in peace, Nate Dogg, VIP.
Nobody does it better. Nobody does it better.
Here we go. Little something by myself. 1984, a journey was born. A quest for hip-hop MCs was worn. New faith, new era, new city love. Flare up your dirt bag, get to rise above. Before Candy Love, before NWA, before Snoop Doggy Dogg, let it sway. Summertime in the LB, let's take it back. With my boy Mr. C9 in the Dub Shack. A city by the sea, faithful to the screen. Salute to all my Long Beach City kings. Historical buildings have dream streets. How cold though English to bring down the heat. Kings Bar, Drake Bar, we balling that veterans. Spread the fresh air, let the song begin. VIP records, roll to the drum. And best believe that's your boy from.
This is Long Beach, a beautiful ocean we can all see. Looking at the waves and start dreaming. Hey. Is it when sunsets begin? Cause this is Long Beach, a neighborhood language we can all speak. Together in the city we belong. Hey, come on, y'all. People strong. And this is Long Beach, Long Beach, Long Beach, Long Beach.
Let's take it back down memory lane. When the city was bumped, it ain't nothing but a G-Day. VIP record, making history. It feels good to say I'm from the family tree. Barbecue Sundays with the fam, we chillin'. It's the Cali love that got us all winning. I wouldn't be ocean without that pride. It's all city love and the B is to the side. We are the same people of all different kinds. Cali sunshine, beach state of mind. From the east to the west, from the south to the north. It's always street drama of some sort. We find each other, but let me tell you this. We quick to rap once y'all get us pissed. With all that fighting, love is still above. And we all brought to be part of the city of.
This is all me, a beautiful ocean we can all see. Together the winds.
Come on, y'all. Right side. Right side, y'all. Yeah.
This is Long Beach, a neighborhood language we can all speak. Together in the city
Let 'em know.
we belong. A Long Beach people are strong.
Come on.
This is Long Beach,
What?
Long Beach,
What?
Long Beach,
What?
Long Beach.
It's a celebration, bring out the Patron. Like DZ, for the city we put on. Home of the Jackrabbits, Brumers and Panthers, Jaguars and Rams. It don't even matter, we all a part of Division 1. Tradition is here, we talking championship, son. Originators and beach cruisers and khaki suits. And yes, I'm calling next up to my Uncle Snoop. Cali capital of hip-hop, Long Beach City. And all my real hip-hop cats will agree with me. Real, recognize real, a city true fact. We've been on the map, so it's never a comeback. I love my city, put a mark on that. I'll never leave home, and y'all can bet on that. And thanks Mr. Kelvin for believing in your boy. And for sure, let him look at your story there.
This is Long Beach, a beautiful ocean we can all see. Looking at the waves and start dreaming. That's where the sunsets
Put your hands up, y'all.
This is Long Beach,
put your hands
a
up.
neighborhood language we can all speak.
Yeah.
Together in the city we belong.
Come on.
A Long Beach people are strong. Cause this is Long Beach, Long Beach, Long Beach, Long Beach. Palm trees swing, thinking about desires out of all hard time. It's only getting harder. People preach, but it doesn't really matter. Coming up the ghetto, it's all that really matters.
Let 'em know.
People really get it on.
Say what?
And know that my heart belongs. It's Long Beach, a beautiful ocean we can all see.
Put your hands up. Come on.
Start dreaming.
Put your hands up.
That's where sunsets begin.
What?
Cause this is Long Beach.
This is what?
A neighborhood language we can all speak. Together in the city we belong.
Yeah.
Long Beach people are strong. Cause this is Long Beach.
Long Beach.
Long Beach. Long Beach.
Make some noise. Yo, and word to Mr. Kelvin, you're not alone. The city of Long Beach will forever be your home.
This is Long Beach.
We have great performances all day. For this next person, he's from Long Beach. He's also from Long Beach. He was recognized locally for his great rhymes, his great rhythms. He performed alongside of the greatest legends: Snoop, Mac 10, KRS-One, Slick Rick. Man, this guy is great talent, man. Give it up for Quick to Mac. Quick to Mac.
Hey, y'all. How y'all doing? My name is Samuel Quick to Mac Meshack. Let's give it up for Kelvin, man. We got friends that passed away. I wake up in the morning and I ask myself, if life's worth living, should I blast myself? Stupid of me to even ask myself, cause it's just me against the world, me plus me, no one else. Curly top on my way to school. People hitting me up, I'm like, what it do? The closer it got, the momentum had shifted. Lunchtime came, I'm the main event. Man, I'm getting jumped, it just don't make sense. Ninth grade, Poly High, throwing them against the fence. Life is not a game. My music kept me on a plane, I guess I'm to blame. Where the homies at now to umbrella the rain? I lost a homie the other day, but the shit gon' change. never. I guess it never won't. You better get closer to God, homie, cause if you don't. Life is not a game.
One day you're here and then the next you're gone. A better pain when your friends turn their backs and act like you're the blame. That's so insane. This ain't the way it used to be. I guess it's me plus me. Life is not a game.
I wake up in the morning and I ask myself, is life worth living? Should I blast myself? Foolish of me didn't even ask myself. Thought it was team ball, but fuck it, I'ma pass to myself. I'm trying to score, you ain't trying to win. Forget a time, I can't comprehend. Life is not a game, and at the end, that's the chapter closed. It ain't no reruns with these episodes. So get your fucking cross down. If you love her, let her know, don't mess around. I lost my pops the other day, still trying to pick up the pieces. The pain won't get away. I try to shake it at the best of times. It comes to peace with all the memories that cross my mind. Hurt, separate family from friends. You can have a thing, because life is not a game.
One day you're here and then
Come on, y'all, clap with me.
you're in a better pain when your friends turn their backs and act like you're the blame.
That's so insane. This ain't the way life used to be. I guess it's me plus me. Life is not a game.
One day you're here and then the next
Come on, y'all,
you're
clap with me.
gone. A better pain when your friends turn their backs and act like you're the blame. It's so insane.
This ain't the way life used to be.
I guess it's me
Plus me. Life is not a game. Thank y'all very much. Life is not a game, man. Cherish it. Wake up every morning, pray. Before you go to sleep, pray. Oh, when you wake up, make up your bed, too. Yeah. Next song. This song was dedicated to my father, Samuel Meshack, who used to come in and spend lots of money
Any
with the
fool with a
VIP.
dick can make a baby, but only a real man can raise his children.
This is dedicated to
How many fathers do we got in here? Where the fathers at? We only got one father here. We got two fathers here. Three fathers here. Four. We got four fathers, five fathers
that
here.
I've known in my life.
That's right. It don't cost nothing to be a father, just a little bit of time.
Yes,
Check this out, y'all.
Ain't no man in this world
Featuring my homeboy Bo Rock.
respectful than my father. The unknown soldier. Too many kids in this world who have ones who do not father. I miss your phone calls. I miss you loud, y'all.
Is this really it? Why you quiet, y'all? My daddy crack jokes. He ain't dying, y'all. While the flatline beeping, I start crying loud. You told me don't be stingy with God. It's his turn now. You prepared me how to man, how to walk on the ground. Every morning Sam praise him. Every kid you have in your life. Little Sam raise him, raise him. You're the captain of the boat now. Never let go when I'm not around. That's all I hear when I go to sleep. And when I'm drifting on the freeway trying to come to peace. I often used to think of this. You told me two things was for sure, death and taxes. Daddy is still here, your message is still with me. You held me with open arms, you told me you'll never forget me. And he didn't.
Ain't no man in this world
Clap with me, y'all.
that I respect more than my father. More than my father. Too many kids in this world who have ones who do not bother.
Pops, you kept me warm and tucked. Yes, he did. From a wheelchair, you showed me how to man up. And I do care. Right now, I can't stand up. They trying to tell me to close the casket. I can't enhance it. Feel like I'm wrapped in plastic. I'm breathing faster. Tears pouring out. I can't close the chapter. I had your favorite oldies playing through my cell phone on your chest as you laid to rest. I often look for day to come, but you told me to stay sharp if this day to come. Lil Sam, God has got you through. Just put it in his hands. Jesus loves you all. Always read the Bible, son. Take it from daddy. You're the chosen one. Cover me with the angels. Walk me through all my tangles. Life can be very hectic. Watching from every angle. I sit and still wonder how. Time moves so fast. You show me my ups and downs. Memories make them last. Cause lessons don't last forever. So now get this shit together. Raise your kids to be better. Thank God for your wife, your better. Daddy, you're still here. Your message is still with me. You held me with open arms. You told me you'll never forget me. And guess what, y'all? And guess what? And he didn't. This is dedicated to my pops, Big Samuel Meshack.
Ain't no man in this world that I respect more than my father. More than my father.
Come on, y'all, clap with me.
Too many kids in this world who have ones who do not bother. But not mine, no. Ain't no man in this world that I respect more than my father. Too many kids in this world that have ones who do not bother.
Just a little bit of time, that's all it takes, y'all. It don't cost money to raise these kids, you know what I'm talking about? Once again, my name is Quickie Mac. Thank you very much, Kelvin. And be on the lookout for that Iron Fist Velvet Glove. Thank you, Long Beach City College. Yes, sir. Look at Warren Show, baby.
All right, that's Quick to Meg. So I want to explain something about College Radio Day because I think some people are like, oh, what is this, a party or something like that? But no, College Radio Day is to showcase what the community is offering and connecting it to college radio. This is a national event. We celebrate it all on the same day. So simultaneously, we're connected with CSUN, the East Coast. This is College Radio Day, and we celebrate it because all of the musicians that are here have an opportunity to be on radio because we don't get that opportunity in the majors. So when you want your music heard, you come to college radio. So right now, one of the artists that I really love and we've had on the Luke and Cammy show, hi Luke, is one of our very good friends. And this guy has been working on the grind for many, many, many years, and everyone in the community knows him. Give it up for Blue Flame Mega.
I just want to say thank y'all for even having me here, man. I greatly appreciate it. Big shout out to Kel, because, man, without Kelvin, man, I don't know where I would be, man. He let me slide through the Poly Apartments and gave me a chance in the back of the VIP. I really appreciate that. When I was putting out my first record, he gave me that consignment deal. You know what I mean? I didn't know the markup was so good, but Cal smart, because he taught me something like when you got products, capitalize on them. So I did that. But anyway, without further ado, I'm gonna get into my set. Hope y'all appreciate this. Let's go.
Yeah. Ain't nothing like Long Beach.
It ain't nothing like Long Beach. If y'all feel that way, say something, man. Can I hear y'all? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Yeah, in this white man's world, they don't love you. Get you a chopper, cause even homies will slug you. Get rich, stay quiet, cause it's really F you. Busters owe you, don't let them suckers be a killer whale in the room full of sharks. If you're busting, better round out the hole. Cartridges, war on the streets, man, finish what you start. Turn down nothing and you never be a mark. Be a man of your word and always have heart. I grew up out the mud, product of the 80s. Thank God I made it out of gang banging's craziest phases. To see here though is amazing. Shout out to the lopes on the block still banging. I'm Long Beach like London and Hansons. I stay in JetBlue, get the cab like Manson. I be getting rich and nothing more keep mashing. Now let me tell you one thing about me. I'm an Eastie gorilla straight from Long Beach. Yeah, straight out of Long Beach, huh? Straight out of Long Beach on mama. Ain't nobody stunning like me. Ain't nobody spitting like me, blood, that's on mamas. Ain't nobody messing with the beef. Now I've been knowing school for a long time. We was trapping out the PAs way before online. They say my city in the movement, so I ain't got time for no slithering and sleuthing. And all these dudes wanna get on. but pay some dues first. Make $1 million, then hit your boy phone. Be who want your wife, your bread, your plugs. When they come for your life, boy, you want them slugs. That's why I stay thuggin'. F the fake love, fake smiles, and all they fake hugs. I'm on my Kanye, bro. I don't give a what. You ain't gotta like me, cause you ain't got it like me. You ain't bout it like me, moving numbers like me. Yeah, and you ain't fresh like me. Car, trains, and planes, roll the best like me. I'm certified, city by the sea, bruh. Come on, and let me tell you one thing about me. I'm an easy young gorilla straight out of Long Beach. Yeah, straight out of Long Beach, huh? Straight out of Long Beach on mamas. Ain't nobody spitting like me. Ain't nobody spitting like me, boy, that's on mamas. Ain't nobody messing with me, man. Ain't nobody messing with the beach. And that's on mama. Let me tell you one thing about me. Straight out of Long Beach, huh? Yeah. Straight out of Long Beach, huh? Straight out of Long Beach on mamas. Ain't nobody spitting like me. Ain't nobody spitting like me. Hey, that's on mamas. Ain't nobody messing with me, man. Ain't nobody messing with the beach. That's on mamas.
Kelvin Anderson, VIP in the building. Rest in peace, radio. Ricky Harris, Nate Dogg, the return to Doggy Style. Y'all ready to get it max poppin' with your bees on? Let's go, y'all. Hey!
I just wanna get it. All I do is get it. I just wanna get it. All I do is get it. Early morning, max poppin'. Every day I'm max poppin'. Every noon I'm max poppin'. Every night I'm max poppin'. I just wanna get it. All I do is get it. I just wanna get it. All I do is get it. Early morning, max poppin'. Every day I'm max poppin'. Every noon I'm max poppin'. Every night I'm max poppin'.
Me and my crew gon' get your turn. Today I bet your ass gon' learn. Positive vibes, smoking and drinking. Go against God, the devil is burned. Smirking, wink, she shy but freaky. Max pop with the baddest breezies. Need a light right now if I'm about to spark. Roll another one, BZ. In the hood, turned up off, that's a rock. And 99 bananas, east side, nigga, remind you of a west side story. Carlos Santana. Could it be another case of me fucked up and can't handle my liquor? Hell no. I just need a little more ice to go with this mixture, nigga.
Hey, I'm super on. I'm max poppin'. Haters on the sideline. Bitches is stalking. I'm just doing me. They think I'm flossing. You goddamn right I am. Nigga living lawless. Pop to the maximum. I'm going overboard. Edibles and kush. I'm a herbivore. I feel like I could. Another shot, don't think I should. Pop to the maximum. Faded, but I'm good.
I just wanna get it. All I do is get it. I just wanna get it. All I do is get it. Early morning, max poppin'. Every day I'm max poppin'. Every noon I'm max poppin'. Every night I'm max poppin'. I just wanna get it. All I do is get it. I just wanna get it. All I do is get it. Early morning, max poppin'. Every day I'm max poppin'. Every noon I'm max poppin'. Every night I'm max poppin'.
Type that drink and need to smoke. Bring it home and feed my folks. Leave it alone, you moving slow. Fast pace trying to get this dope. Feel for yak, I feel for jack. Roll that spliff and make it fat. Ride out with my windows down on haters. Get a whiff of that. It's called substance abuse. Your mind laying them tricks on you. Gotta stay high, gotta get drunk. Look at all the bullshit I've been through. Really is no excuse. I really wanna get fucked up. I really had a good day. Excuse the vapors coming out my truck. All the way turned up like Roscoe Dash. Oh yeah, I'm feeling like Max Pop and little mama got that ass. I know she feeling right. Doing too much and about we don't get too fucks. Maurice and Sly, so much swag between them, it's like two of us.
I'm rolling up, I'm chillin', I'm buzzing, I'm pulling up the swag, I kill it. I'm worth more than $1 million. The truck, man, I spend it. Dancing with my drinks and my hands out of spilling. I just wanna get it. All I do is get it. I just wanna get it. All I do is get it. Early morning, max poppin'. Every day I'm max poppin'. Every noon I'm max poppin'. Every night I'm max poppin'. I just wanna get it. All I do is get it.
VIP in the building, Long Beach City College, stand up. Yeah, Kelvin Anderson, free food, free drinks for everybody. Yeah, let's go, let's go. All right, y'all. Hey, pay homage and I give thanks to Kelvin Anderson for all the years of excellence and supporting Long Beach music. One of my cousin Radio, rest in peace, was one of the first artists in Long Beach besides my brother Rock Chill doing it, and I'm a product of that.
and I'm pleased to give y'all my music. I love you, Cal.
This next band is Ethrin and the House Band. They are a new up-and-coming band here locally based in Long Beach. You can find Ethrin. They don't have a SoundCloud or anything like that yet, right? But they've got an Instagram, the House Band, or you can go to Ethrin, which is spelled IITHRAN. Those are their Instagrams, so check them out. They sound pretty dope. Give it up, y'all.
Hi, you guys. Thank you so much for having me out here again. My name is Ethrin. You can find me on Instagram, IITHRAN. This is the Awesome House Band. My boys. All right, so I'm here to sing a few songs for y'all, so sit back, relax, and enjoy. While we getting this tan on, girl, it's hot up here. Well, sometimes I go out by myself and I look across the water and I think of all the things what you're doing. In my head I paint a picture. Well, since I've come on home, well, my body's been a mess, and I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. Won't you come on over? Stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over, Valerie? Oh, yeah. Did you have to go to jail? Put your house on up for sale? Did you get a good lawyer? Oh, I hope you didn't catch a tan. And I hope you found the right man to fix it for you. Oh, tell me, are you shopping anywhere? Did you change the color of your hair? Are you busy? Yeah. And did you have to pay that fine? You've been dodging all the time. Are you yes. Oh, well, since I've come on home, well, my body's been blessed, and I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. Won't you come on over? Stop making a fool out of me. Oh, why don't you come on over Come on over, come on over. Why don't you come on over? Listen, well, sometimes I go out by myself and I look across the water. And I think of all the things that you're doing. In my head I paint a picture. Since I've come on home, well, my body's been a mess, and I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. Won't you come on over? Stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over? Thank you, thank you. Thank y'all for jamming out with me on that one. It's hot as fuck up here. Thank you guys. That was obviously Valerie. So once again, my name is Ethan. I am homegrown here from Long Beach. Born and raised. I stay on the north side though. You know, I don't ever go past Willow because the east side scares me. Hey! 49th Street? All right, y'all, so this next song is actually an original, so, you know, growing up, I'm fed these stories about love. And, you know, as a grown-up, you learn that love isn't what they teach you as a kid. You have to find that for yourself, so this was my journey through love. So I hope you guys enjoy this song. This song is called Love Is Not a Fairy Tale. The way the story goes, happily ever after should have been the end. We were fools to think that what was meant to be would be, because that's how the story went. We were so naive to ever believe that forever meant together with each other. We should have known that once upon a time, not so long ago, love isn't what they said it would be. Love isn't what we thought it would be. Love turns out that there's more than just a happy ending. Love isn't a fairy tale, no, 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 no. Ooh. And the way the story went, no matter what happened, we could overcome it all. But when it all came crashing down, we just couldn't work it out. Tell me whatever happened to love will conquer all. Love isn't what they said it would be. Love isn't what we thought it would be. Love turns out that there's more than just a happy ending. Love isn't a fairy tale. No, 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 no. Isn't a fairy tale, no, 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 no. Do, 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 do. Love isn't what they said it would be. Love isn't what we thought it would be. Love. Turns out that there's more than just a happy ending. What happens to my happily ever after? Can somebody tell me? But I found out for myself that love isn't a fairy tale. Oh, no, 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 no. Thank you guys once again. I'm not crying, it's just hot as hell. You know fat bitches sweat easily. So. All right, well, this will be my last. I used to spend my nights out in a bar room. Liquor was the only brand I've ever known. But you rescued me from reaching for the bottom. Yes, you did. Drive me back from being too far gone. Yeah. You're as smooth as Tennessee whiskey, baby. Ooh, you're as sweet as strawberry wine, yeah. Oh, there's a glass of brandy. Honey, I stay stoned on your love all the time. Listen, see, I used to look for love in all the same old places. Maybe that's why I'm still single as fuck. Found the bottom of a bottle, oh, is right, yeah, yeah. Oh, but when you poured out your heart, I just couldn't wait there, baby. 'Cause there's nothing, no, there's nothing like your love to give me. It's Tennessee whiskey, baby. You're sweet, sweet as strawberry wine. Oh, yeah. As a glass of brandy, yeah. Honey, I stay stoned on your love all the time. Oh, see, I was just sitting here thinking of your kiss and your warm embrace. Oh, baby, baby, yeah, that's to see you walk away. Oh, you're baby, you're as sweet as strawberry wine. You're as baby, honey, I stay stoned. I stay stoned on your love all the time. Thank you guys again for having me. My name is Ethan. This is the house band. Y'all are fucking awesome. I love you all. Keep rocking out. Have a good one, guys.
We're going to talk a little bit about the Universal Hip Hop Museum. I actually have a gentleman here who wants to kind of give you the spiel. I'll just give you a quick rundown. On September 22nd of this year, New York dropped news that garnered global attention. The Universal Hip Hop Museum announced its new home where hip hop started in the Bronx. The Universal Hip Hop Museum will be a part of a $3 million development on the waterfront. This is a huge collaboration of a long list of hip-hop pioneers, including Curtis Blow, legendary hosts of K-Day, Greg Mack, Fab Five Freddy, Rakim, LL Cool J, Salt and Pepper, DJ Kool Herc, don't forget about DJ Kool Herc. And they serve as the official museum and cultural art institution that defines doing it for the culture. So we want to celebrate this great achievement in hip-hop history as it connects us to Kelvin as he moves forward with future world-famous VIP records, legacies, and its projects.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. First of all, man, I want to say I'm honored to be here. Once again, my name is DJ Clientele from a group called the World Class Wrecking Crew, which also included a guy, you might have heard of him by the name of Dr. Dre. Anybody heard of him? There's this other guy, DJ Yella. Does he sound familiar? What about Ice Cube? You heard of that guy too? Yeah, they're pretty popular, right? So we all started out in a group together back in the 80s, and we've been able to have some illustrious careers since then, and we've gone on to do a lot of wonderful things. We've done music and movies and all kind of stuff. And me, myself, personally, I'm one of the ambassadors for hip-hop. I've been all over the world, from Ghana to Asia to Africa to Latin America, talking about and raising awareness about hip-hop culture. But I know it's hot, and I appreciate you guys coming out here, but I want to first say, you know, shout out to my man Kelvin Anderson for being there for us all the time, man, from back in the days, man. VIP Records was a place that I used to go to buy my 12 inches, and, you know, when I used to do my get down, I still DJ, but now, you know, we rocking on, you know, I still do 12-inch, but there's DJs out there, they rocking on Serato and all this other kind of stuff and controllers. But man, I got to tell you, Kelvin, you were one of the ones that really held it down for us. You supported us. You had the records there. You did your thing, man. So we appreciate you and much love, brother. Absolutely. Much deserved. So the Universal Hip Hop Museum. Part of my role with the museum is this. I got a long title that they threw on me. It's called the Director of Cultural and Historical Preservation for the museum. And I'm also the West Coast or Western Regional Team Leader. We are the official museum for hip hop. A lot of imitators, never duplicators. This is the museum that was started by and for the pioneers, the legends, and all the people in hip hop such as Curtis Blow, Ice-T, Cutman LG, LL Cool J, Rocky Volcano, and all these other guys that have been there from day one. It's taken us 4 years to get to this point. Where we're at right now is this. We have finally gotten the charter. We finally signed the contract with the city of New York, and we're going to be building a museum in the Bronx, New York, at a point called Bronx Point. Now, how does the West Coast play into that? Well, first of all, we're going to get a lot of the residual effect from that. We'll have some of our artists out on the West Coast participating and putting their artifacts there. But this is going to be on the scale of like the Grammy Museum, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, the Jimi Hendrix Experience, all of those, the Blues Museum, all in that upper level, right? But we're also going to be building an annex on the West Coast as well. So the plan is, by the year 2022, 2023, we will have an official museum and a place to call home for hip hop. So give it up for that.
As you know, it's long overdue. It's 44 years, 40 plus years that hip hop has been in existence. When hip hop first started, they were telling us it's not gonna last, it's just a novelty, it's a fad, it'll be gone in 2 years, and here we are 44 years later, standing strong, the number one art form in music, hip hop. Absolutely, so that's an amazing accomplishment and it's still going strong. So what I'd like for you guys to do, if you would indulge me, is to take out your smartphones, your electronic devices that you use to get on the internet, and I'd like for you to go to uhhm.org. That's UHHM as in Mary.org, and go ahead on and sign up, register for the museum so you can get all the latest information, all the latest stuff that we're doing, all the wonderful, wonderful work that we're doing in the communities, and we're raising awareness, and we're also going to be raising money to help build this museum. Now we've gotten some really, really good donations from the developer, L+M and A+. We've also gotten the city of New York to commit a substantial amount of money in terms of grants, but we still need the hip hop community to get us over the wall, to get us over that final hump. So you can also go to spot.fund/hip hop. Again, that's spot.fund/hip hop and donate $1, $2, $3. That's it. That's all we're talking. We're not trying to break anybody. A lot of times that's just, piggy bank money for a lot of people, and that's all we need. So if we get enough people to go there and contribute to the culture and donate that money, we can definitely have a really, we're going to get the shell. The developer has already donated the shell, but we need to put the stuff in there. We need to put the artifacts in there, the furniture, the exhibits, and all that kind of stuff. And if you are an artist, whether you're a new generation artist or an old school artist, we are asking you to make sure that, again, you get on board, you get on there, you participate in everything that we're doing with the Universal Hip Hop Museum. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing, and it's long overdue that hip hop does this. And again, if you want to reach me, you can go to my Instagram. It's DJ_CLI_N_TEL. You can reach me right there and send me a message, and I'll follow you back and all of that good stuff. And we can stay in the loop on this wonderful, wonderful event, this wonderful thing that we're doing for hip hop. So again, shout out to Class One, who's he's in charge of our arts and collectibles for the West Coast, and we have a wonderful team out here, including Curtis Blow and some other pioneers and legends. And yeah, we're gonna get this thing done for hip hop, man, and all you guys will be able to, enjoy it, and your kids will be able to enjoy it, and their kids. So if you had anything to do with hip hop, your legacy will be secured in that museum. So once again, thank you all. I know it's hot out here, but it's Southern California. We have this beautiful weather. And thank you all for coming out. Thank you all for listening to what I had to say and going over there and, yeah, get involved. Thank you.
Shout out to Mr. Kelvin Anderson. Thank you for the 20 plus years in Long Beach. There you are. And thank you to Luke and Cammie for having me out here performing today. I really appreciate you guys. DJ, go ahead and drop that track. This is my new song called Get It. If you like it, go ahead and vibe out to it with me.
I really get it. Anyway, anyhow,
Yeah. Let's turn up one time. Hey, look,
I get it, I get it, I get it, get it, get it, I get it, I get it, I get it, get it, get it, get it, get it. Like the way I get it, if you get it, get it. Put one hand in the air if you get it. Get it, get it, I get it, 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 get it. They like the way I get it. I get it for myself first. I get it for my mother. I get it for my livelihood. I get it for no other. It's hard to pay these bills sometimes. I'm still gonna find a turn up. Don't worry about the other. Mind my business, stay from others. I do it cause I can. I do the best I can. Everybody got opinions. I'm like, forget them, man. So tell me what's the plan? Is it about some money? Then I'm with it. I'ma get it. I'ma make the best out of it. Life is what you make it. And my life is looking really lovely. Life is what you make it. And my life is, I get it. I get it. I get it. Get it. Get it. Yeah.
This song is called Touchdown. It's off of my new Hippie Days album that I'm putting out. You can follow me at Bree Reels if you rocking with me and check it out. Yeah.
Bree Reels.
Look, just touchdown. Yeah. Look, 2 states. Hey, hey, hey. Hopping off that plane, state to state. We just touched down, yeah, we out of state. We hopping off that plane, we taking state to state. We just touched down, yeah, we out of plane. Off that plane, just touched down, yeah, we out of state. Just touched down, we taking state to state. Hopping off that plane, we taking state to state. We just touched down, yeah, we out of state. Hopping off that plane, we taking state to state. I'm eating good now, lobster and shrimp on my plate. I've been putting work, made away when they left me out. I'm Bree Reels, I stand for me, I'm out of state. Been ballin' since a teen, I'm Mel that Cali Green. They want me off the scene, you can't get rid of me. This is my destiny. I get money from the sun up to sundown, state to state I go. You can't stop this grind. You can't stop my shine. You running out of time, taking flights to clear my mind. We really on my grind. While buying what I want, I'm doing what I want. I'm real, I never front. I get it, then I spin it. They looking at me like, yeah, I really wish I had a swag. Really wish I did. It ain't no competition. I'm staying on these kids. Look, hopping off that plane, we taking state to state. We just touched down, yeah, we out of state. We hopping off that plane, we taking state to state. We just touched down, yeah, we out of plane. Just touched down, yeah, we out of state. Just touched down, taking state to state. We hopping off that plane, taking state to state. If you taking state to state, put one hand in the air right now. Thank y'all so much. Appreciate y'all, LBC. Bree Reels. Follow me on Instagram for all the latest updates.
Can I get the whole production committee to the stage? Cammie would like y'all to make your way up here.
I want to get a chance to say thank you to our honoree, Kelvin Anderson. Everybody give it up. Everybody in the back clap. Yeah, put your hands in the air. It's an honor. Somebody don't know a little story, I'm gonna tell y'all about this man right here. We go back in history. Go back to the 90s when I started my own record label when I first got off duty in the military, Navigator Records. This man gave me one of my first consignment deals, along with Sam Goody and the whole other record stores that was out there. Yeah, opportunity is opportunity, and this man believes in opportunity for everyone. Strong leader, friend indeed. You know, sometimes, you know, you do things for people you don't know. I mean, he has that military mind. A lot of people like myself, like soldiers, sailors, you know, we put our life on the line for people we don't know. And so Kelvin is one of those honorable soldiers and sailors in this community, uplifting everybody. Well, thank you for being our honoree. It's KLBC, KCTY. What's up? Yeah. Give it up for him. Indeed. Definitely the man with the plan. DJ Class 1 and Percy P. But first and foremost, also, I want to give a shout out to Beefy, the loved one, you know what I'm saying? Definitely. Yeah, give it up for him, man. A strong soldier in the gate. Also, our advisors, faculty, and everything, you know, for letting us put this on. Big shout out to y'all, indeed. LBCC. What up, though? Yeah. Yeah. Doug Wood, Ken Borges, Mr. Hirsch, what up? Yeah. Hirsch. And all our camera guys in the sun all day. Big up to them. Yeah. Yeah. Who we got? We got DJ Class 1, Percy P. We're about to bring y'all on deck right now. So y'all can give honor. Come on up, gentlemen. Everybody make some noise. Yeah. My man. Before we exit the stage, let these men take over. Everybody put your peace sign in the air for the V. V-I-P. Say it. V-I-P. Say it. V-I-P. Say it. V-I-P. Say it. V-I-P. Yeah.